Subscribe to Morris TVGH.
Of UNICEF, my own brother, friend, mentor, Dake Mensa, the consultant of UNICEF, Reverend Isaac Nkrumah. Today I know you are a reverend. Revo, the media, invited guests, all other protocols duly observed. Gives me the greatest pleasure to welcome you to today's program, which is dedicated to mark the World Toilet Day, as well as to celebrate Maui Estate community in Ho for being the first urban community to attain open defecation-free ODS status in the country. Permit me to first of all extend my warmest appreciation to my own father, our father, the Regional Minister, Honorable Dr. Achiba Yaolecha, partnering with the whole Municipal Assembly to transform the municipality into one of the proudest and enviable municipality in the whole of the country. It is also important for me to acknowledge very highly the presence of UNICEF and other collaborative partners here present, and to immortalize their immense contribution towards the achievement of one critical sustainable development goal in the country, and that is in the area of water and sanitation, SDG 6. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Regional Minister, I am so proud to see our prestigious traditional rulers and their subjects well represented at this memorable function, which in one way or the other epitomize our collective resolve to remain united and fight a common canker, open defecation in our communities. It therefore clearly demonstrates the growing understanding and collaboration between the municipal assembly and the community to work together towards the development of our local communities. Indeed, Mr. Chairman, I must admit that this remarkable achievement could not have been attained without the active involvement of the municipal environmental health, both former and present unit of the Assembly, and the support of other collaborative organizations such as EDSAM Social Network, the Dry Toilet Association of Finland, and the inhabitants of Mauli Estate. Mr. Chairman, I believe that Mauli Estate attainment of ODF status, which we are celebrating today and which was deliberately programmed to coincide with the World Toilet Day, will be meaningless unless it is linked to the total municipalities' attainment of ODF. Defecation in public does not only impact human health and safety, but also has some significant impact on human dignity. This is especially true for women and young girls in developing countries who have to face the shame and loss of privacy of defecation in public on daily basis.
Its position as the oxygen city of the whole of Ghana, we are coming on board to also add our expertise, then our working capital to realize this major dream at creating and providing services from otherwise something we declare as waste, something that everybody, you hear waste and you don't even want to associate yourself with it, but it is an important secondary resource that can create a lot of jobs. Firstly, has positive impact on environmental sanitation, even impact on global warming. It has got business benefits too, and therefore it's a privilege for us to be associated with the whole municipal assembly. The concept, the business concept, is quite replicable. What is novel about it is that it must be financially sustainable. In the speeches of the previous presenters, the word sustainability came on board. It's an anchor that all of us should rally ourselves around, so that we make good business out of otherwise waste. And then it must be for the benefit of all of us. In conclusion, it is my singular pleasure to congratulate all the development partners, the traditional authority, the municipal assembly, all the residents of Mauli who have taken it upon themselves to achieve a noble objective, maintaining and sustaining a good sanitation system, the benefit of all of us. Thank you very much. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you, Jekora.
World Toilet Day, and today for my community is celebrating attainment of ODF. It's also an equally important event for me. So I thank you all for everything you are doing to support the community. I want to thank the chiefs and people of Akrofu for the support they are giving the Municipal Assembly. Anytime we come to them, they are there for us. And very soon, we're just discussing with the MC that we're going to have this recycling plant there, and we need to cut the waste to the factory. Therefore, the road from Kilipe to Akroku should be done. The road from Sokode to Akroku should also be done. The road from Pepe through Bame to Akroku should be done, because we're going to bring waste from Pepe market. We're going to bring waste from the Do market, Kweje, from Home market, from Kwetwe, from all over, because the capacity of the recycling plant must be met by surrounding or adjoining assemblies, so that we can recycle our waste. So the waste we think is waste today will become money tomorrow. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord.
representing the team from Accra. Mr. Adoko is the technical manager. Mr. Adoko, yes. And then Honorable Noga. He used to be the chairman of the College Administration. Mama Vivian Ajon is the complaints officer, because we get a lot of interactions with the community, so she receives all calls. The rest are, and then Constance, yes, Prince is go back. The facility was started by people who have been on board.
H stands for Hope, J stands for Jekora. And this branding has gone through a lot of testing, argument, and we've arrived. So it is a co-partnership. And we've been working from the first day I became an MC, barely 1 year in office. So we've been friends for the past 1 year. I am one person who believes when there is opportunity to do something today, do what you can do today, maybe tomorrow may never come. So whatever I do, at the back of my mind, that is how I behave. With some special motivation from EP Hymna. Those of you who are Presbyterians, 584, they say it is in a way, I don't know if it's same in English, that whatever you do on this planet Earth, when you are gone, whether alive or dead, that's my version. They should use it to remember you. If you are a bad person, one day you move from Jekora, and the workers of Jekora should use what you leave behind to remember you. So now that you are with me here, whatever you do here, I will use it to remember Jekora one day. So welcome into the partnership. My office is open. I operate open door administration. You come in with plans, suggestions, but don't come to gossip, because I don't have time for gossip. Thank you.
Thank you.
Municipal Assembly at one side, Jekora Ventures at one side. Who is Jekora? Jekora CEO is the man standing on my right. This facility is being sponsored by UNICEF, and we also put in some small money anyway, assembly. Due to the delay, some jobs have to be done by assembly, fully sponsored by UNICEF, but because of our behavior as black people, the money with inflation and all those things, we couldn't complete on time. Therefore, we have to look for other funding to continue. But when I became an MC, just about some 2-3 months ago, we came to site again with some partners from Netherlands, right, for inspection. Over there, I appealed to them that we appreciate their efforts, the sponsorship and everything, but it is incomplete. If we are not able to complete it, the investment is zero. Our investment is zero. So, like joke, they left and they called back that we should bring whatever we wanted them to do for us. Quickly, we put our cost estimate together, forwarded to them, and what we are seeing today, they have given us money to arrive at where we are today.
Through the site visit, together with members of UNICEF and then MEHO, because it's a partnership. The MC mentioned that UNICEF provided the bulk of the investment capital for the facility you see here. The relationship between Jekora and then Home Municipal Assembly, which is encapsulated in the AJ Green Enterprise, is a public-private partnership. And we are very much privileged that through a procurement process, we came out on top to partner Home Municipal Assembly at this critical stage of the development, where they want to sustain the Oxygen City status that they have achieved. Therefore, this particular facility is very, very, very important. It's very important because what we are going to produce here primarily is fertilizer that will be used to grow food and crops for consumption by the human beings. Therefore, the quality assurance is critical, and this is embedded in the process right from the sourcing of the material. Normally, waste, like we said earlier on, is considered as waste. But in order to use it to produce fertilizer for human consumption, it must have certain qualities. It must not be mixed together with battery waste, chemical waste, heavy metal waste that will make it contaminated. And therefore, when you use that kind of waste, contaminated waste, to produce fertilizer and you grow crops, it becomes hazardous. It doesn't become beneficial to the human being. Therefore, right from the source of collecting the waste, we have a program to train people. The initial source is going to be the whole municipal market. And then we are going to train people there so that they'll put the organic waste separately into containers that will provide for them there. And then with the Bola taxi we have here, and then people who have been trained in the technology of the process, they would be bringing that waste from there. The second source of waste is the liquid waste. That's, with your permission, if I will use the right term, because that's what we are in. It is shit waste. A lot of us abhor it. But inside that, when you take it through a scientific process, you can get very good value out of it. So that one will also come, service the over 28,000 toilets that UNICEF has assisted to be built. Am I right? Yes. Yeah. When they collect the stuff from there, they shouldn't dump it into the open. They will bring it here. So this is like the end point for treating and converting what would have ordinarily been waste to a useful product that can serve humanity and make us more healthy. All the chemical fertilizers we import from abroad, they are not very good for our health. They are also not very good for the soil. But when you come to this facility, AJ Green Enterprise, you get the premium quality compost certified by Ministry of Food and Agri as suitable for human consumption. The business model is going to be such that within the short to medium term, it must be financially self-sustaining. This means that it must be a business that shouldn't rely on any other agency apart from the partnership to run. And in this regard, I'm happy to state that Home Municipal Assembly has taken on the responsibility of sharing the risk of both the cost and then it's the business cost mainly to make sure that we achieve our common objective. Jekora's specific role as the managing partner will be to bring in the working capital, make sure that the business from the beginning runs, because it's after a number of months before we start selling the compost. The compost will take 4 to 5 months to mature, but we have to make sure that within that time it is running. After maturing, we must market it. We have to make sure that all the workers that are coming from the community of Akrofo, all the workers are coming from the community of Akrofo, that we pay them to sustain them, and then we'll run this up until the time when we break even, before together with all the other partners will start sharing profits. If we make losses, the losses will share. But it is not Jekora's intention to make losses.
Never make any loss.
We can assure the whole municipal assembly. So the fundamental principle for funding this operation, this whole operation, is anchored on the polluter pays principle. The successful tanker drivers who will come here to dislodge, they'll have to pay a fee for the processing. The beneficiary of the...
How much are they paying now? Double
double axle trucks is 200 cedis per tipping. And then 10 cubic meter trucks is 180. And single axle trucks, which may be 7 to 8 cubic, will be 150. It is from this that would finance all operations here. Into the future, we have been given extra land by the municipal assembly to expand.
This charcoal will last longer than the normal charcoal.
The next stream we'll bring on board is aquaculture. We'll grow catfish and mudfish, and then we'll also do a demonstration farm so that anybody who's coming to buy the compost, the premium fertilizer, in the whole Ghana, that's the premium fertilizer. And so all of us, when we leave here, let's remember that you get a premium fertilizer only from HJ Green Enterprise. So that people who come and buy it, they will also see, the results from the yields. There will be demonstration farms here. We'll do demonstration farms with farmers around so that we practically demonstrate to them the benefits that we'll get out of that. The overall general impact, international impact, will be positive impact on climate change, local economy development, agri-food security, employment. It has got several benefits. Yes, and the annual initial production will be 18 tons of premium quality fortified compost. And then as the years goes along and we expand and we add on the capacity.
The more the poo-poo.
Yes.
We've been talking about the whole day. Now where you are standing is where the trucks will park when they come in, just like you see them. And then they are going to open and then fill this tank you see there. And then it will flow by gravity onto a drying bed. So this is a pickle slash drying bed. It is one of the oldest treatment options that we have. It has layers of sand and gravels. When you dislodge the sludge onto it, it percolates through the sand to the different layers. And there's a slope underneath. And then we have pipes that are connected to the reed bed where the effluent will go in for further treatment. So this is basically what happens here. Now it stays on the surface, the solids, that is the poo-poo itself, because when you flush, it's a mixture of water and poo-poo. So the water drains out and the poo-poo stays on top of it. We call it the dewatering process. So the poo-poo will stay on the surface for maybe about 30 days. So by drying from the sand, evaporation, it will stay and become dried. And then we will use sugar to collect the dried material and then we'll store it. So that is how we get the material out of the fecal
If it's
sludge.
raining, what do you do?
Unfortunately, this system is challenged by that. In an advanced or a modified system, there's a cover to it. But if there's a cover to it, so it reduces the contact with the sun. So evaporation is also good. So going forward, we have to think about how to find a cover to it, and alternatively to improvise and also be more innovative. You can do a lot of the drying during the dry season, and the wet season will be composting. Because it takes about 30 days, you can do a lot within the year. And so you can store some, and then during the
So when it's raining, you leave it.
you leave it. You can't do much about it unless you have the cover on it.
Madam, please, how are you going to control the stench and flies that may visit the
We
place?
have housekeeping rules and regulations in place. So as you see here, we have a coupling we are going to connect to the track here, so that it doesn't discharge freely like they do in other areas. So there is a hose that will be put in here to remove stains, the smell, to reduce the smell. And after discharge, the smell is really gone. It was during the discharge that you will smell, but after that, you wouldn't smell anything. So that will be controlled.
But poo is always a lavender.
Please subscribe to Morris TVGH.